Thank you to Matisse Wright Springer, Sarah Megan Thomas, Peyton Ahime, Candace Frost, and of course to Female Quotient. Thank you for having us today. Well, I know we want to talk a little bit about representation of women in the media, women service people in the media. But before we do that, I think Female Quotient has a clip from Call to Spy.
The Germans will stop at nothing till they find you.
I'm not giving up. We're not giving up.
Up!
You know, we are here only for a short time. But what do we do while we're here? Changes the course of the future.
So many amazing female stories to tell. What was it about telling the story of women who serve that was important to you?
You know, I love war films and I love learning about heroism, real life heroism that maybe isn't in the history books and should be. And there's so many stories like that for women. And, you know, while I love films like 1917 and Dunkirk, when women are involved, if at all, in this World War I, World War II genre, more often than not, it's a romance. And so what I was interested in seeing is just a different story of the psychology of what it's like really for an individual to serve their country as a spy.
It's interesting that Sarah could basically count on one hand the number of movies that she could recall with women protagonists in military movies. Peyton, do you have any memories growing up of seeing service women on the screen?
Of course, you had the very famous 90s with a certain actress who shaved her head, who was in a movie, and that was really well seen, but it was also, you know, not very realistic. And so to your point, no, there weren't a ton of examples of women on the media, and ones that you could really understand that as a career path.
Do you think that having more representation of women in military films and war movies might actually help inspire a new generation to think about military service?
Well, I kind of had as my two bookends. I had Richard Gere in Officer and a Gentleman, and Tom Cruise in Top Gun, as the people that I kind of said, hey, I'd like to do what they're doing. But I certainly didn't see myself in either of those characters because they're white men. So yeah, I think it's absolutely important for young ladies and women to see other women as role models.
Candace, what do you tell young women who are considering military service, but also feel like I've got other options?
I joined the military of a very, very liberal family. My parents were hippies, and lo and behold, I didn't think I would fit, and I realized very quickly that, wow, this army adventure is awesome because we're part of a team, and that small team grows your leadership ability, whether you're only in for your initial enlistment or whether you stay in for almost 30 years.